Hello and welcome back to another exciting session. I'm your host Mahesh Karia. You're watching me on YouTube now, and today I'm gonna take you through PM2, the production manager tool. So without wasting any time, let's deep dive into it. So I'm going to use VS Code. So we'll also write the scripts for PM2. Okay. So let me quickly create. I already I have created folder PM2. Okay. So this is just empty folder. After that, you need to open your terminal. You can use Command J or Control plus backtick. Okay, cool. So after that, I don't have a PM2 installed in my system. Let me check first. Quickly, I don't have it. So what I can do is, um, I can quickly install the PM2 first. So there are two things like you can do, like npm install -g PM2. Okay, or you can also choose at latest. If you already have it, you want to upgrade it, then you need to install. If you're using yarn, then you can install yarn global add PM2, like that. So we'll start with npm only. So npm install -g um, PM2. This is it, I guess. So yeah, this is done. Now what we can do is we can check PM2 version. I guess it should work. So yeah, it's installed successfully. So after that we'll start quickly with the normal commands. So let me create a normal app.js file. So this is my app.js, nothing much. Console.log hello world. This is it. Okay, no matter, like you can use Python files as well, no worries. So once I hit PM2 start app.js, okay, so what it will do is it will start app actually. So the main benefit is it will run in background, so you don't need to worry about once you start, it will automatically run in background always. So this is it. Okay, so this is not limited to just app.js. You can run the bash files as well. Let me see like what we can do. Let's say app.sh file is there, where I can have echo hello world. Let me try this. So we can, what we can do is we can app.sh as well. So you can see um this is running. Okay, so like that, like you can run or you can start your sh file as well. So this is it. So this is two things we have seen. Okay, you can run your binary file as well. After that, what you can do is let me close this thing now. App, let's say I wanted to run these files once again. So this time you can see both the time I got same name app. If I want to change this name, then what I'll do is I'll use apps PM2 start. Okay, again app.js, but this time I'll pass the name will be my app, let's say. So you can see, you can name it whatever it may be. Okay, this is now one more thing, like if I'm making some changes over here in app.js, okay, so whatever it may be, so you need to restart, right? Like we use nodemon usually, but at that time we generally use watch mode here. So what we'll do is we'll use PM2 start, let's say app.js once again, but this time we'll provide name. Okay, my app one, let's say, and we can also provide watch mode. Okay, so this is my watch mode, so this is running in watch. So if I make any changes over here, it will automatically restart. Okay, so no worries, it will automatically restart, you don't need to restart. Okay, now one more thing, like in production mode, you, let's say you can define your max memory size as well. Okay, let's say if you are limited, if you have limited memory, or like if you want to restart, So you can do this as well by max memory restart. Okay, after that you can provide log as well. Let's say once again I'm providing this too, and let me have logs as well. So log path will be slash logs.txt. I hope it should work. So let me see if there is logs.txt is created. So you can see guys, this is working automatically. Okay, and this is it, I guess. So what we can do is we can close this thing once again, and now whatever the arguments you need to pass, you can pass like this. Okay, hyphen hyphen name, hyphen hyphen log, hyphen hyphen, like that. Okay, now imagine if you are working any project like React. Okay, and there is a web pack or something like that, or bundle or parcel or anything that is going to take some time to compile your project. So you need to restart this thing, right? So what you will do is you need some time to take restart. Let's say I'm making some changes over here. After that I'll save this thing. Okay, after that it will take at least 2 seconds to rebuild. Okay, till then it should wait. Okay, so you can do one more thing, like at the same time you can pass restart delay. Okay, like that, restart. Okay, delay. Okay, and it will be in ms. Okay, so millisecond, let's say 1000. Okay, so it will take 1 second after the file change, and after that it will restart. So this is the thing. And if you don't wanna restart this file ever, then you can specify no restart, like this. So it will never restart your app. Okay, so this is the basic commands. Now we'll see that if let's say PM2 status. Okay, so you can use PM2 status, PM2 ls, let's say. Okay, or you can use PM2 list, I think. Okay, same output you will get, no worries. Now I'll try to restart something. Okay, so let me restart my app 1. Okay, so PM2 restart my app 1. So you can restart like this as well. Okay, it will automatically restart that particular instance or app. Okay, you can do one more thing, like you can reload. You can use reload as well, reload this thing. Okay, you can stop this thing. Let's try to stop this thing. Okay, okay, so it will automatically stop. You can see. Now I want to delete this thing, so then I'll use simply delete here. Okay, you can run your Python scripts, your manual scripts as well, no worries. We'll cover everything one by one. Now I also want to delete this thing, but I'll choose id this time. Okay, so let's delete with id. Okay, so we have deleted with id. Okay, so after that once again we'll delete this thing by id 0,1. Okay, so it will delete 2 at the same time. So this is how you can check these things. Okay, now I want to check the logs, and what I'll do is I'll simply hit PM2 logs. So you can see this hello world is you can see it's running perfectly fine. Okay, let me stop this thing. Again we'll PM2 list or status or whatever it may be. Now you can limit the logs as well, like let's say PM2 logs, and last 200 lines or 100 lines or 10 lines you can define like this. So it will display all the last lines only. Okay, last 10 or 100 lines. It's in watch mode, that's why, no worries. Okay, So once again we'll do PM2 list and we'll kill this thing. Okay, before that what we can do is there is another cool thing like monit, PM2 monit. Okay, so monit, and you can check this thing like it's a beautiful dashboard that you can see. I really like this thing. Okay, most of the time I use this thing. Okay, so you see like used hip size, okay, and all the details properly given over here. So Control C to stop this thing, of course. And after that what we can do is we can also use PM2 plus. Okay, if you have a PM2 dot, you can register in PM2.io account. So that's the thing. And one more thing, if you are familiar with cluster mode, and which is actually let's say I'm running something index.js or index.py in index.js in single CPU, that we know this is asynchronous and in nature, and it will run in a single CPU. Let's say I want to run this thing in a cluster mode. So what I'll do is I'll start this thing. Okay, let me once again PM2 start, PM2 start. Okay, app.js, and this time I wanted to run this thing in a max mode. So what it will do is it's a you don't need to worry about load balancing. Once you hit this command, it will automatically manage load balancing for you. So this is something that we do. Okay, now you can see guys all the things we are utilizing our CPU completely. So now let me try PM2 delete all, I think. So yeah, it's working. Okay, so now you can see I have deleted all the instances. Now one more thing, like we'll try to run PM2 ecosystem. If you guys are familiar with PM2 ecosystem, so what it will do is it will generate the ecosystem.config.js, and once you go here you can see PM2. Now it will generate this thing. Okay, so you don't need to worry about like uh, this file that much. Okay, so scripts will be index of JS. Instead of that I'll be using app.js, of course. Okay, and after that this will be watch mode, script will be service worker. Okay, fine. And it will deploy in a production mode. Okay, you can define attributes over here. Okay, cool, no worries. Okay, but before this thing we should try the basic example. Okay, so what I'll do is I'll simply delete this thing once again. Okay, move to trash. I'm okay with it, and I'll try to run PM2 init. Okay, simple, let's say. So it will be a simple normal the name of your script and app.js. Okay, so it will run the app.js. Now if you wanna run this thing, what you will do is you will simply hit PM2. Okay, after that start and echo. Let me rename this thing. Rename, Control Alt C, Control V. Will be better to use copy paste sometime. Okay, so yeah, this is how you can run the simplest config file. Okay, the rest of the things will be similar, no worries. If you want to stop this thing, completely fine. Will you stop, reload, delete? Okay, so stop this thing. This is it. So restart, reload, and delete, you can choose. Okay, so this is how you can create your files as well. Okay, now let's say there are multiple processes. Okay, now let me grab this thing, copy this thing, paste this thing, and let me use app 2 and app 1, let's say, instead of this. And let me copy this thing and let me use app2 and app1. Okay, so this is my app2. This is, let me delete this thing. Okay, and this is my f1. Rename this thing quickly. So in ecosystem you can see I'm running two things at the same time, but this time I am trying to run only a single thing. Okay, so PM2 start, of course. Let me grab this thing once again, this thing. Okay, but at the same time I'll pass only app1 or app2. Okay, so it will run only app2, not f1. Okay, so you can see this is how we can do this thing. And let me do one more thing. Let's say there is I wanted to start, let's say there are 3 files. Okay, and I wanted to start 2 files at the same time. Then what you will do is you can use comma separated things. Okay, let me wrap this thing in like this. Okay, and let me start app1. Okay, and app2 only. So at that time it will only start app1 and app2. Okay, and app3, oh sorry, this is using, I need to use app3 once more. Okay, oh, copy and paste once again, rename this thing, let me use app3. So yeah, let me delete all the things once again, delete all, and let me run f1 and f2. You can see f1 and f2 is running perfectly fine. So now there is one more thing, you can define uh, environments like development and production. So this is also very easy. So you got my point, right? Let's consider this is a project of front end, this is project of back end, this Redis or something like that, and you also need to manage the env. Okay, so what you will do is you will write env underscore production. Okay, and the production environment that you can provide here, let's say node env. So inside that node env will be production. So this is the simplest example. Okay, so I can grab this thing, I can paste this thing over here as well. I'll use development over here. Okay, development, and here it will be development. So this is the thing that you can additionally you can provide the environment variable, but at the same time let me show you guys, like what you have to do is let's delete all. Okay, and let's run, let me close this thing, let me run f1 only this time. Okay, like this. Okay, so you can provide the environment variables as well. So this is the like with hyphen env, let's say. Okay, will be production, like this. I think it should work, hopefully. Okay, cool. So what I'm doing here is I'm passing the environment variable, whatever it may be, like in production, development, whatever it may be, you can provide like this. Like this is also not limited to this thing only, you can provide instances, number of instances. Okay, instances, let's say there should be 2 instances of this thing, so you can provide like this thing as well. Okay, now let's say I wanted to run this thing in watch mode, so you can provide watch equal to true as well. Okay, also on max memory restart we see, like max memory restart, again you can pass the size actually, like once it will cross 100 MB or 150 MB of size, then it will automatically restart once it's exceeded. Okay, so you don't need to worry about this thing as well. And one more thing, you can pass your env variables as well. No worries, like if you have your personal env variables, so how you will pass, so you can pass like this. You can provide whatever it may be. Let's say if you want to pass id, or let's say redis. Okay, if you have redis uri or mongo uri, you can pass like this. So I hope you guys are like, this is not like a very complex thing. This is very easy to understand. No worries, this is just attributes, and there are a number of attributes that you can google it as well. Like if you wanna search for error file, out file, lots of other things that you can do here. Okay, or let's say I also want to uh, take care about few things. Like let's say if there is a bug in your system, in your app.js, and if it is taking it's like restarting continuously. Okay, so there will be a kind of bug. So what you will do is you can define, like there will be a max restart time, like 10 only. Okay, maximum or you can define restart delay. As I said, restart delay you can provide here, like let's say 4000. After 4 like once you change something in app.js, so it will take at least 4 seconds to restart. Okay, so this is how you can do this. And one more thing, like auto restart. Okay, auto restart, you can make it false if you don't wanna restart your app. Okay, so this is something that you can do as well. Now one more thing, like let's close this thing. Okay, control kw, and let's say there is a folder. uh Let me npm init. Okay, npm init -y. Okay, and let me install something like npm install express. Let's say express is there. Okay, and if I'm making something changes in this file. Okay, let's say const express equal to require express. Okay, express is equal to require express. Okay, and if you're running your app, let's say PM2 start f1.js. Okay, and in watch mode, let's say, so it's same like node1, but at the same time, if we do this thing and if you install something in npm repository, okay, npm install redis, let's say, so it will also restart app.js. Your app.js will restart again. So you don't need to, like, you need, if you want to ignore this thing, so you can pass the folder name of folders as well, like ignore watch. Okay, ignore watch will be your name of your folder, let's say node modules. So node modules you can ignore like this. Okay, so if I use this thing, a script is already launched by, yes, hyphen force. You can use hyphen f or hyphen force. Okay, so this is running. Okay, so whatever the changes now onwards I'll make in my node modules, it won't restart this app again and again. So this is how you can do this thing. So now let's say if you are in a production mode. Okay, and in production mode there is a f1. Okay, both the name are same. Let me delete quickly PM2 delete 0. So okay, so this is my f1. Okay, and if you want to scale up this thing, okay, with 2 workers or 3 workers, PM2 workers, so what you will do is you can use scale scale app, generally for load balancing. So we can provide +1. Okay, so this is my name of my worker, and you can say, so you can see now I have increased this thing by 1, and if I pass only 1 here, it will automatically decrease 1 instance. Okay, so you don't need to, now I can pass +3, so it will automatically increase 3 instances. Okay, for load balancing generally we do such things. So this is how you can do this thing. Okay, and there is one more thing, like PM2 list we have seen already. Okay, so now this time I'll use JList, which is JSON list. So you can see all the JSON data which is not looking that good, but you can log it somewhere and you can watch like what's going on here. Okay, so this is a complete JSON data. It will generate the JSON file as well. Okay, so for that we also have one more thing. Okay, which is I guess pretty list or something like that. Let me check. Yeah, wow. So this is the prettier. So you can see all the list you're getting with the complete information. Okay, so now you don't want to see this thing. Okay, you want to see only first instance, let's say. So what you can do is you can use describe. In Kubernetes we mostly use describe. Okay, so first instance is not there. Let me see PM2 list first. Okay, so there is 3, 4 and 5. So I'll use 3. So you can see uh, the used heap size, heap usage, everything, the perfect information that you're getting here. Okay, and I really like this thing, the describe thing that we generally use. Okay, the namespace, version, how many time it is started, 32, uptime 2 second. Sorry, yeah, okay, script path, of course, the path, everything, the complete information that we are getting here. But mostly we use PM2 monet for monitoring this thing. Okay, logs I already told you guys. Okay, you can see 23 MB, 40 MB. Okay, it's not taking that much. Okay, now Control C once again, and let's use let's say there are logs you want to print. Okay, we are printing logs somewhere here in logs.txt. Okay, so now if you wanna delete all the logs, then we also use flush method to delete all the logs. Okay, so let's say I'm using logs first, -raw. Okay, so this is just a raw logs. So now you can use flush method if you are printing this thing. Okay, somewhere, so you can use flush to flush the logs, and you can see all the like log files that you can flush from here with the flush. Okay, or you can use reload all logs as well if you want. Like if I use reload logs like that, so it will also reload all the logs. You can like that you can start all instances at the same time. Okay, PM2 or restart all, let's say, not start, restart all. So this is how you can restart all the instances. Okay, like if there is something like server get crashed or something like that, so you can stop all the things at with single command like redis, apache, whatever you're working on, or you can delete all. Okay, reset, like that. Now one more thing, like let's say in package.json, if there is something, this test script, let's say, and if I want to run this test script or any command, let it be, so we can use PM2 start and we can directly pass the command over here. Okay, python npm run test, like this, and we can name it whatever it may be. Run test will be better, I guess. You can see our run test is now online. So okay, it will print this thing. Okay, So let me check the logs once again. Okay, so cool, whatever it may be. So you can do this thing as well. So it will let's say if there is a Python file. Okay, I don't have Python in my system. Okay, but let me check if I have it or not. Python-fm version quickly. Okay, or I already have it. Let's say if I have app.py and where I'll be using print hello. I'm not that good in let me check. It's like that. Yeah, it's like that. Okay, so Python space app.py, first we'll call app.py. Cool, it's working. So now what we'll do is, instead of this thing, we can directly start app.py. Cool. So you can see we are running app.py this time. So let me name it something. Okay, PM2 delete all, and after that let me name it py. Okay, so you can see the Python thing is running. So you can run Python in watch mode as well if you want. Let me see the logs. Okay, so it's Python is printing hello 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 hello. Okay, now if I make some changes over here, let me see. Okay, so you can't see the changes over here. Let me log this thing once again. So you can see it's printing the same things once again. So let me use this thing in watch mode, and this time I'm gonna name it PyWatch, let's say. Okay, like this. So PyWatch is running. Okay, and we got error something, so let it be. So PM2 delete 0 this time. So okay, PyWatch, we got error in PyWatch. Let me see the logs. So yeah, you can see, and if I change something over here, it should restart. Okay, so you can see it's restarting once again. Okay, cool. So yeah, this is it. So let me stop this thing. Clear. So it's just an example. Okay guys, now let me see once again PM2 ls list. Okay, we have only one thing, but let me create one more thing. App.py watch one. Okay, let's say, and if you want a list, okay, but in a sorted order, so you can use sort with name. Okay, which will be ASC or DSC, like this. So what it will do is, it will, you can see the changes, PyWatch and PyWatch 1. After that you are getting PyWatch 1 first. In descending order we are getting this thing. Okay, similarly you can pass CPU, memory, status, uptime, name, ID, PID. Okay, so let me use PID. Okay, so where is CPU is 00. Okay, whatever the error we are getting there, no worries, we'll stick to PM2 only. Okay, so this is very specific to PM2. So this is how you can pass ID. Okay, you can pass PID. Okay, ID, DSC, PID, DSC. Okay, process ID, like this. So a number of things. Now you can use PM2 show. Okay, so PyWatch. So you can see you can use show thing as well to display metadata about an application, the complete metadata. Okay, so this is how you can get your log files, error log files, path of that particular things, everything. So in production mode you need this thing. This is very, but generally we use again on it, so we don't need to worry about this thing once again. Cool. So PM2, this is it. Now most important thing, that let's say if you are using any instance of AWS or anything, and there is something happen while if you are restarting your instance. Okay, so what it will do is you need to create a startup thing. Okay, so you can use PM2 startup. Okay, once you hit this thing, so you it will generate the command. Okay, you can see this command, and this is very important because once you run this command, so what it will do is once you start your system or restart your system, so this thing will automatically restart. Okay, so you got my point, right? PM2 will automatically start, so you don't need to worry about like anything. Okay, so this is the most important thing if you're working on any EC2 instance or anything, something like that. So you just need to hit the PM2 startup and you will get the script, and you need to once again hit this thing here. Okay, once you hit enter, this is it. You don't need to worry about anything else. Now if you're thinking like, okay Mahesh, like I have done this, okay, and after that if I want to revert this thing, then what I'll do? So after that you can do this thing, like you can use unstartup. Okay, it will generate another script, so it will revert whatever you have done. Okay, so you don't need to worry about this thing as well. Okay, so once you have started all the desired apps, okay, so what you can do is you can use PM to save. Okay, so it won't work again. Okay, so it will save all the list of the processes. So to respawn. Okay, so after your reboot, so you don't need to worry about anything else. Like this is it. Okay, so yeah, this is the one of the most important thing about PM2. Okay, now there is last thing from my side, I guess. Let me close all the things, but you will like this thing. Okay, which is you I hope it should work. So you can use PM to serve as well. Okay, you just need to provide the path. Okay, so let's say public. Okay, I don't have this public till now. So what I'll do is I'll create a public folder, and inside that public folder I'll be having index.html, and this index.html will be having some HTML code, and where I'll simply write h1. Okay, hello Mahesh. Okay, cool. So like this it should work, I guess, and I'll provide the port 8080. So I hope it should work. Okay, oh sorry, it was not server, it was serve. Okay, so I hope okay it's working. So now current process list is not synchronized with the list type PM to save. Okay, yeah, okay, it's fine, I don't wanna save it, no worries. So this is now let me open my localhost quickly. Okay, so if I go here and if I go to localhost colon 8080. Okay, so I'll get this hello Mahesh. So you can see this is your HTML, simple HTML server. So you can run this thing in watch mode as well. Okay, something like that. And one more thing, last thing, I think deployment. Actually we don't use that like that much PM2 for deployment because of CI/CD nowadays, but it is also you can, like there is very simplest process that through which you can deploy your project as well. With you just need to provide your IP and few config things. But the most important thing that I really like about this thing, okay, let me delete all once again, and we'll start with PM2 init once again. Let me delete all the things quickly. Control all, delete. Okay, move to trash. Simple. Oh, so most important thing is ecosystem. We don't use PM2 commands that much, which is not a good practice actually. So once again app.js, and here all the things that I have already told you guys, like env, watch, instances, number of execution mode, okay, exec mode, watch, like all the things that you can define here only, like So this is the best practice. I already told you about this thing, guys. Like, make sure to follow this process. Okay. Whatever the environment variables you want to pass, like you can pass here only. So we have already covered this thing. Okay, so make sure to use this thing. Okay, and I hope you enjoyed this video. Okay, it takes a lot to learn all these things. Okay, so thank you so much all of you guys for being with me, supporting me all the time. It's been a pleasure to be here. And don't forget to subscribe my channel, of course, if you haven't already, and please like my video if you enjoyed really. And please let me know in comment box what you want from my side. Definitely I'll make more useful videos such like that. And thank you so much, guys. Thank you so much. Bye bye.